Hi, it's Stuffed Cabbage Adventures, and today we are on our third day here in the wonderful Badacsony region next to Lake Balaton. Today we are continuing our trips, starting by visiting this very interesting geographical structure, and then we'll check out some of the neighboring villages and also visit the Hungarian Stonehenge. So come and join us on today's adventures. Come! Today we'll be exploring places in the Káli Valley. We'll start with visiting the remnants of an old volcano. Then we'll visit a mystical art installation in the middle of the valley. After that, we'll discover a laid-back village and grab something to eat. With our energies regenerated, we'll check out the so-called Sea of Stones. And before returning home, we'll freshen up with some mineral water straight from the ground. And then close the day with some nice food and wine. So this is the Hegyestű, as we call it in Hungarian, but if I want to translate that, it's sharp needle, and you can see that it is going up, becoming like a sharp point. The reason for that is, obviously, as said in the previous videos, volcanic activities. Basically, the magma, as it was rising up and got stuck here, over time it hardened. So you can basically see the waves of the magma coming up and creating this nice and interesting geographical structure. So let's go to the top and see what the view is like from there. From here we can basically see all the other stuff that we've seen so far in the last few days. You can see the Badacsony, that's where we're staying, that's the bigger mountain over there. Plus, you see the other one, I think that one somewhere, is the St. George Mountain. That's what we climbed yesterday. If you haven't seen those adventures, then why not checking out our previous videos from the past 2 days? We got really exhausted, but those were fun times. What do you know? More stairs. Hey, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm the king of the world! If you want to know more about these volcanic activities that formed these structures around the area, then there's a little museum or exhibition of sorts. You can quickly and easily get through it. Plus, you can cool down a little bit. And now, let's head over to the Hungarian Stonehenge. So this is the Hungarian Stonehenge. Well, the original name is Human Comedy, Emberi Komédia, and no one really knows, why this was built, so we have absolutely no idea what the artist's intention was. And that's where the similarity ends with the Stonehenge. My thought is that you would never come here if this was not here. And here you can actually have a really nice view of the valley that we are in. By the way, I keep referring to the place as a valley, but the technical term is actually basin, but Káli Valley rolls better off the tongue, so I'll just keep saying that. You get a brilliant view of the many mountains and even the Hegyestű, where we were just a few minutes ago. And you can think about, what this really means. If you have any ideas, then just leave a comment below. So right now we are at Köveskál, which is a very small village, but compared to its size, it has a ton of restaurants. A lot of young people started businesses here and are doing these kind of gourmet, artsy activities. So it's actually, even if it's a small village, it's a very upbeat village. So let's see what we can find here and explore it. Look, real wild storks. I don't think I've ever seen, outside of zoos, any one of them. But here you can actually see them. That's super nice.
With kolbász, it just has to be simple. Spiced, excellent, good.
That place was megáló. Now there are more gourmet-oriented places here, but we wanted something simple. The owner was so cool, laid-back dude. It was really fun to talk to him. It's a pretty laid-back and chill place. Most of the other restaurants, you can get a more culinary experience. But here, the sausage, excellent. And of course I had some wine, so everything is much smoother now. Maybe we can get some ice cream. Let's go. We just drove over to the little village of Köveskál. Very complicated name right there. And right next to this village there is something called the Sea of Rocks, Kőtenger. It's actually a very interesting place because you find remnants of a very old time when this place used to be underwater millions of years ago. If you look at these rocks very closely, you can see these smaller pebbles you would normally find on the shores. Clearly the sign that back in millions of years ago there was some sort of an ocean here. It's like as if you're walking on a completely different planet here. Over the past 3 videos, we've shown so many geographical stuff that we should just simply rebrand ourselves. Stuffed Cabbage National Geographic Adventures. How about that? That's where we will go. I'm on top of the world! Woo! It's really cool to climb all of these rocks, and I'm pretty sure kids would love it as well, but I would definitely not do that, or at least let them do that, without adult supervision. I am currently supervised by my wife there, so this is absolutely cool. This one looks like a dinosaur, no? You have the eye sockets, you have the nose and the mouth. Now this was really cool, climbing up all of these rocks, but I'm getting thirsty a little bit. And although we have some water with ourselves, because hydrating is important, but nearby there is actually a fountain for one of the prime Hungarian mineral water producers. And we can get some free water there. So why not check that out? Let's go, before I fall off from here. Now we Hungarians are very lucky because there's a ton of very good quality mineral water underneath Hungary. And like here at Theodora, they're taking it from the ground, and here you can actually get it for free. Cheers. Now that was refreshing. So let's head back now to the apartment, relax, and then head out for the evening. And so we relaxed just a little bit back at the apartment, but actually before we did that, we stopped by in the city center because there's a shop where you can buy some of the local wines, and we did get some of those. And now we are heading again back into town because we want to eat something nice. So let's see where we're gonna stop. Now those were some amazing 3 days we've spent here in the Badacsony region, and it's really nice to have an area where you can do so many different things. So I hope that this video inspires you guys to maybe spend a couple of days here next year when there is summer. And if you also enjoyed watching these videos, then maybe consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss our future content. And also liking them supports the channel by a lot. So thank you very much for watching again, and see you guys soon in our next videos. Bye!